Welcome to the Brentford Rebuild, where we attempt to take a Brentford team that finished 10th in the 24-25 season, as well as losing Thomas Frank to Spurs and players such as Norgard and potentially Mbeumo to other Premier League teams. Our goal is to take them on a journey of success and win them a few more trophies to add to their collection. The last one coming all the way back in 2021 when they won the promotion from the Championship. So as you can see, we've just been announced as Brentford's new manager. We're raring to go, we're ready to go. We're there holding the scarf. We're joining a Brentford team that have good reputation. I mean, the training facilities definitely could, as well as the youth facilities, could do with improvement. Predicted to finish 11th. Also maybe look at expanding the stadium. 17.5 seater is quite small for a Premier League team. So if we want to get some more money into the club, we definitely have to improve that. Since 2021, since their promotion from the Championship, they've been on a good steady uphill climb, just improving year on year, making them a prominent figure in the Premier League. They haven't been in a relegation battle for a very long time in the Premier League, if ever, I do believe, since they've been promoted. But now that Thomas Frank has gone, he's gone to Spurs, it's now our job to take on the reins here at Brentford and see where we can guide the club with our knowledge and our expertise. So just taking a look at the team here now, obviously Mbeumo's on his way out. Just like in real life, whether to Man United I don't know, but yeah, he's definitely on his way out. Norgard has just left to go to Newcastle. I know in real life he's gone to Arsenal, but we're trying to keep it as realistic as possible. Get some decent, pretty stacked in the centre back department, to be honest. We've got Hickey, who's quite young, 21, that can play wing back. Can he play both? Yes, he can play both, which is pretty good. Any injuries he'll be able to cover. The team isn't too old, which is pretty good. Another good player, Sharda. Play both wing and through the middle, so plenty of pace as well, and a good bit of composure. Definitely get some game time too. Main man, Jon Wissa. Fabio Carvalho, formerly of Liverpool. It's pretty solid and pretty decent. Definitely get some game time for him. Taking a look at some other players as well. Potter, pretty decent, can play anywhere up front. Damsgaard, definitely get some game time with him. Thiago, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use Thiago yet, because I don't know if I'm going to play target forward or pressing forward with an advanced forward, but he's definitely on the books. He's injured at the moment, but, you know, substitute, maybe a super sub. Yeah, looking down. Another player that caught my attention was this guy here, Yarmolik. Definitely going to train him to play down the middle, play the advanced playmaker somewhere there. Not entirely sure if I'm going to loan him out. Maybe keep him for FA Cup, Carabao Cup, that sort of stuff. But yeah, that is the team there. Pretty solid. Keller as a new goalkeeper. But yeah, that's the team there. As I said, Mbeumo's on the way out. And yeah, let's get into the transfers. So you join me back after the transfer window. As you can see, we received about 40 mil. We received 40 million. Spent about 44 of that. So if I just 1 second, I'll show you the players we did bring in. So obviously the players we did sell. So obviously Norgard went to Newcastle. I think other than that, these are from obviously last season. So with the money that we got from Norgard and the money we already had anyway, I went ahead and bought in a few players. So we brought in Makoko in on loan. We do have an option to buy him, but it's for 105 mil, so that's not getting activated. The thinking behind this was, I know he's young, but I couldn't really find a striker that really stood out to me. So I thought the best bet would just to be bring in maybe two with the players we already had anyway. So brought in Makoko, decent pace, decent composure, good finishing, good work rate. Yeah, so hopefully he can bag some goals for us. Alexander we brought in on loan as well, a good young player. We do have an optional future fee of 12 mil. I don't really know if we will activate that, but I know he can turn out to be a really good player in the future. Renato Sanchez, former wonder kid, or I don't know. You can say, did he hit his ceiling or not? But yeah, we bought him in for really cheap. I mean, I think we bought him in for about 6 mil. Stats speak for itself, really. He's just a monster in midfield. Gonna play him between Mazzala and ball winning midfielder throughout the season, I believe. I'm pretty sure does he have a release clause? Yeah. So he has a minimum release clause of 34 mil to Champions League teams. If I can offer him a contract pretty soon, I will, because I don't want to be losing him. We then brought in this guy back up in midfield as well, just in case we get some injuries. I know we already have a lot of players there anyway, but I mean, we picked him up for 13 mil, I believe, and well, 51 to 61 mil already. So we're thinking of the future. If he does get unhappy, we can make our money back on him. We also brought in Gomez, nice young good ball playing defender. I mean, as you can see here with all the transfers, majority of them have been young. I'm trying to build for the future, bring in some youngsters who can kick on and, you know, grow with us here throughout the series. But yeah, yet again, good passing, tackling. He's got the pace, he's got the composure and the bravery, good work rate. He's also pretty tall as well. So let's see. We then brought in Danjuma. So we brought in Danjuma as well. He was an intermediary suggestion. £3 million. You can't really go wrong. Premier League proven. Been at Everton. Had a decent spell here. Good, good physicals. Good pace, decent dribbler. And then I'm pretty sure our last bit of business we did was this man here. Good finishing, good composure, decent bit of pace. I'm going to use him as a pressing forward. But yeah, my thinking was Mbuemo's gone. I've got Vissa up front. I couldn't really find anyone to replace Mbuemo, so I thought if I bring in two youngsters, I'm hoping this guy here, Vanant, can just kick on and become, the main man. If not, I have got Makoko for backup if needed, and I'm sure they'll bag goals. But yeah, he cost pretty cheap as well. Decent wages, but yeah, they are the transfers there and there, I do believe. Let me just have one more check. Yeah, I believe that is the transfers there and there. So yeah, let's get into the season and see how well we can do. So you join me back in January now. We sit 11th in the table, but 11 points off the drop, which is not too shabby for the halfway point in the season. Goal difference of -10, so it doesn't look like we've had an amazing season, but we also haven't had a dreadful season. Clearly not scoring loads of goals, so that's something we'll have to look into. Yeah, let's see. I think one of our notable wins in the league was against Arsenal, so we have 5-4, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's not too shabby, not amazing. It's where I kind of envisioned us to be honest. Coming in, Thomas Frank's gone, most of the big name players have gone, a big chunk of the Brentford core. So, I mean, we were predicted to finish 13th, so we're beating the odds there, being 11th. So yeah, we're there or thereabouts where we should be. We've not had a dreadful season so far. We've not had an amazing season. So yeah, as I say, our most notable win so far against Arsenal in the league. We got knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Luton. Bit annoying there, 1-0. Yeah, let me show you the highlights from that Arsenal game, and then yeah, I'll see you back in a minute. So Damgard stands over the corner. He puts it in towards the back post. It's kicked away. Mbuemo picks it up. I don't know why Mbuemo's on it. We'll definitely have to look into that and put him on the bench. Damsgaard then scores the rebound. Here Arsenal stand with the ball. Put it into Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson shoots and he puts it in the back of the net to make it 1-1. Vissa to Pinnock. To the new man in midfield. Back to Vissa, who puts it across the box, and Damsgaard scores again to make it a brace to put us ahead at 2-1. Ruselev has the throw in here. He puts it into the box, or gives it to Sharda. Damsgaard again to make it a hat-trick. It's now 3-1 to Brentford. Arsenal coming again, knocking on the door. Back to Reece Nelson, who's already scored one. And he gets his second. Again, to make it 3-2. Odegaard stands over the corner. Thomas Partey with a header to even things up. Damsgaard again into Collins. The big man, the big Irish man himself, puts us ahead. Back to Sharda. He's keeping the ball well at his feet. Puts it into Damsgaard, who scores his 4th for the game. He's having the game of his life right now against Arsenal. Arsenal coming again with Trossard down the left-hand side. Back to Odegaard, who fires it away past Kelleher. And that was the highlights there of our game against Arsenal, where we won 5-4. So there we go, guys. That's the end of the season there. 38 games played, 14 wins, 10 draws and 14 losses. So as you can see, here's a pretty much a mid-table finish. Pretty respectable finish of 10th. Goal difference of -16. So my thinking is, if I can see how many goals we conceded. So we goals against 61, 8 against Newcastle, 8 against, so obviously the big six, as you can call them, Newcastle, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham, City in there as well. We've conceded quite a lot of goals against them. So my thinking is I definitely need some reinforcements up front, because our top goal scorer was Damsgaard, who was playing out on the wing most of the time. Between our strikers, Makoko only managed 1. Nothing special there. Vanant managed 3. Wissa, who managed... So in all competitions, he only managed 4. To be honest, I'm surprised we even finished 10th, to be honest, because I don't know where the goals are coming from. I'm guessing our wingers have just had a pretty decent year. Danjuma, 3 and 12. It doesn't even look like to be honest, we've had a mid-table finish, but we've probably had a below par season, in my opinion. Just looks like we had a good defence, to be honest. Rico Henry was our best player of the season, playing him out on the left wing back. Average rating of 7.14. He had not plenty of goals and assists, but he's got 4 goals and 2 assists there. So yeah, we've finished 10th. We were 11th in January, so we didn't really move anywhere from there. Goal difference of -16, so we need reinforcements up front and at the back. I think midfield is definitely fine. I'm not worried about that. Neither am I at the goalkeeper. So yeah, goalkeeper's fine. Once Hickey comes back, he will take Rosalev's spot. Midfield is absolutely fine. Maybe another winger, get some more goals in, but definitely up front. Definitely up front. We need some reinforcements. So yeah, I think I'll probably send Vanant out on loan and see what we can do in the transfer market. But yeah, let's get into season 2. Right, so the transfer window has just ended. As you can see, we bought in £51 million worth of players. I think our transfer budget at the time was about 62. Sold 12 million. De Silva's gone to St. Pauli. Never really going to get any game time. He was unhappy, so just let him leave, let him go. Yano, again, unhappy, nothing special. We've got Renato. We've got enough depth in the midfield, so he was never going to get any time. Any game time really. Gustavo on a loan, Morgan on a loan, nothing special there. To replace De Silva, we went with Foloroncho. Yeah, just back up to Renato, or whenever someone needs rest in midfield. Nothing special, but it will do the job. He was on a free actually as well, and his contract was expiring at Napoli, so we managed to get him for nothing, which is pretty good. Then we bought in this guy, Schwabe, as the backup goalkeeper, because as you can see down here, we didn't really have enough depth. There was just 2 youngsters, not all that great to be honest. So I just went and bought. I know he's old, but he's nothing special. He can do the job. Yeah, basically cup goalkeeper. Give Kelleher a rest, maybe if he gets injured. So yeah, there we go. We got Schwabe in as the backup goalkeeper. Diamande. Now I thought I needed a little bit of extra something in midfield, just for them games that, you know, where we're not like lucky enough to just open them up. So this guy here, amazing passing technique, first touch dribbling. He's just a very technically gifted player. Play through the middle in case, and play Mazzala as well. He cost us 23.5. Now we bought in Milenkovic from Forest. They actually got relegated to the Championship, so I thought, you know what, he was unhappy at the time. Very good centre-back, very all-well-rounded, not too old. Wanted a lot of wages, but you know what, for a player of his calibre, he's going to be with us maybe until the end pretty much. So definitely thought, yeah, we'll get him in. We also then did bring in up front 2 new strikers as well as a winger. So let's talk about Kluivert. And again, another player that got relegated with Bournemouth. He was unhappy, wanted to leave. We stepped in, and yeah, I think he cost us 25 million, so a bargain at that, to be honest, with stat size, fast, just a fast, pacey winger with good dribbling, and yeah, hopefully he can score some goals for us. We also signed Jorge from Brazil, Cruzeiro club, Cruzeiro club, something like that. He cost us £12 million. So, to be honest, it was a bit more than I wanted to spend on him, but there just wasn't a lot of strikers out there that had the sort of stats that he's got. I mean, he's nothing special, but he's young and he's got a good face stats for where he can go. Bought him in for 12 mil, already going to, double that if we do sell him. The only negative is he does have problems with injuries, but we did end up keeping on to Visser as well. And Vanant, I'm sure we've still got Vanant around here somewhere. Yep, there he is. Yeah, so we got Vanant come off the bench, maybe give some players some rest. Now, the marquee signing up front was this man, Emmanuel Emega. Now, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but he just, to me, looks a beast. 21, Dutch international, good heading, good finishing, decent composure, good off the ball, decent technique, and he's fast. I'm hoping he's just going to run at defences and cause all sort of problems. The fact that he's tall as well and he's got good header in, he should just, honestly, hopefully he becomes our Haaland. Just good at everything, fox in the box, just a complete nightmare for teams. So yeah, other than that, I'm pretty sure that was all of our transfer business concluded. 2 strikers, Kluivert. Yeah, that was it pretty much. So yeah, I'm going to sim to January, see where we are, come back and let you know, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So there we go, here back in January, January the 4th. We sit 9th in the Premier League table with 10 wins, 3 draws, 9 losses. Loss against teams we are probably supposed to lose against. Man City, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool. Wolves 2-1, Leeds 4-1. They're the annoying ones because, they can cost us massively. 6 points dropped there already when there was no need for it. West Ham, should we be winning them sort of games? 9th, but joint 7th with Brighton and Newcastle. Not far off 6th. So we're in and around the talk for Europe. It does look like the goals still ain't coming though. I mean, Kjell George and Emeka both have 5 each. I mean, we have changed up the tactic a little bit because I just felt like I needed to push the team up the field a bit more. I mean, so hopefully the goals will start coming now. But a lot of players injured though, so Hickey, Damsgaard. I mean, Kluivert's only just come back from an injury. So we're having another tough season here. Our most notable result seems to be against Aston Villa, which was 3-1. That is not a bad result at all. I mean, against a team that looks to be on their way to Europe. 12th at the moment, but they've got some strong players. But yeah, 3-1, that is very convincing. Yeah, let me go ahead and show you the actual goals and see how we did. We start here with Aston Villa on the attack with Buendia on the right. Gives it into Kamara, who looks to put it into the box to Ezri Konsa, and Konsa fires away a shot. A good shot like that to put Aston Villa 1-0 up. Collins here on the throw-in onto Sharda. Back to Collins. Into Gorner, who puts it to the back post, and Danjuma decides to take it for himself. Brentford with the cross here. Into Diamande. Diamande's trying to find some. Danjuma decides to go on his own and shoots, and puts Brentford back in the lead. Diamande again causing all sorts of problems. Into Renato Sanchez. Back to Gorner in midfield to Yarmouk. Oh, what a beauty, Yarmouk. So that was the result and the highlights against Aston Villa. But yeah, sit 9th. The transfer window's open, but I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do anything. Only got 7 mil. Not really a lot to do anything really. But yeah, so 9th, not too far off of Europe. So yeah, let's carry on and see if we can clinch that European spot. So there we go, end of the season, 27th of May, we've finished 8th. Just missed out on that European spot, which is a bit annoying. Again, us losing against Leeds and them sort of teams, looks like it's come back to bite us in the backside. Definitely have to improve on them 15 games lost, 100%. Yeah, we were there, we were 9th in January, finished 8th, same as the previous season, around 10th, ended up finishing 9th or even 10th, I do believe. But it does look like it's an improvement on the year before, the year previous. There was no way when we first came in for this rebuild we were going to just go like that straight away. We've lost Mbeumo, we lost Norgard, We're quite a young team as well. Definitely with the facilities needed improving. Might eventually build a new stadium because I think it's a 17,500 seater. We need to get some more money into the club, 100%. But yeah, ended up finishing 8th. Nowhere near the bottom, which is good. Ipswich, Sunderland and West Brom all went down. To be expected, to be fair. Finished three points off of 6th, which is not too shabby. I mean, if considering that's where Chelsea finished, we're only 3 points behind. But yeah, we've definitely improved. As you can see here as well, we have put a bid in for Igor Jesus. The thinking is bring in more goals. He's also young, good advance forward. I mean, he's nothing special, but he'll do the job. He's very well rounded. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the player stats anyway and see what sort of goals our strikers finished on, and then yeah, it'll be same sort of stuff into the next season, sort the transfers and get ready for season 3. So here's to hoping we can clinch a European spot, and then the race for the Premier League or the Champions League is on. So as you can see here on the screen, I mean, the 2 strikers we did bring in brought in a respectable 22 between them. I mean, George didn't do too bad. He basically started 14, 18 with substitutes, and he ended up on 10 goals, which is not too shabby. Again, he's also young, so you know what? That was a decent little transfer in my opinion. Although we paid 12 mil, we've already doubled that. Emega, 12 in 36. Or 38, as you could say, definitely needs to improve on that. So by bringing in Jesus or Jesus, that's, you know, he can either start and come off the bench, either or. Sharda had a good season, pretty good season from him. 7 goals, 13 assists. Probably one of our best players this season. Again, 23, so we've got quite a young team. Renato, you know what you're getting from Renato. All-rounded, decent performances. 6 and 2, nothing special from midfield as the ball-winning midfielder. Diamande, another signing that we made. 23, again, young. Had a very good season, 7.8 rating, played 12 games with an appearance off the bench. 5 goals, 7 assists from that is very, very good. I mean, that's 12 goal involvements in, say, 12 games with the appearance off the bench. Milinkovic getting in with some goals as well. Danjuma, nothing special, but again, he's a squad player, someone to come off the bench when needed. Now Cliver, we brought Cliver in and he only played 12 games for us out of a possible however many, 50 or whatever. Just got injured, just so many injuries. I mean, I do believe he he damaged his cruciate ligament and he was out for 7 months. He got injured annoyingly in the pre-season and he was out for pretty much the whole season. So here's to hoping he can stay fit this year round and can chip in with more goals, because I mean, he only ended up with 2 goals out of a possible 12 appearances, so definitely needs to improve on that front. But as I say, I don't think the transfers are going to be too dramatic. Bring in some more goals, maybe tighten up the defence a bit. I think I'm going to look to bring in a right wing back, because although Hickey is very good for us, again, he's just too injury prone. If I show you here, like 7 months, 5 months this season alone, yeah, definitely. I think if we can keep Hickey and use him as a squad player, because he can play either side, right or left, and then bring in someone that's just not injury prone with the same sort of stats as him that can produce the same sort of level as him, I think that will definitely improve us in our pursuit for Europe. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to get into the 3rd season now, sort my transfers out, ingoings, outgoings, and yeah, I will be back in a few seconds. So there we go, guys. Here's the transfers. Brought in £54 million worth of sales and spent about 185 million. So yeah, we let Ethan Pinnock go for about 18 million to the Saudi League. 32, we're looking to bring in younger players here at Brentford at the moment to try and grow with the team, or if not, sell on for a profit. So we let him go. He just doesn't fit what I'm trying to do right now anyway. Thiago, he's not exactly old, but I didn't really have anywhere for him to play. He's a target forward. I don't really play with target forwards. I tried to make him learn the advanced forward role. He just wasn't picking it up, and we received a bid of about 16 mil, so I just thought to myself, you know what, 16 mil, it's a lot of money, let him go, spend it somewhere else and try and improve the team. Carvalho, again, didn't really have anywhere for him to play. He came to me and said, look, boss, I want to leave. I need some more game time. I just thought to myself, you know what? It's fair enough. I don't have anywhere for you to play. I've already got Diamande in midfield and plenty of others. So we'll let him go. We let Van der Berg go at centre back. We bought in another centre back, so it was just a thing of one in, one out sort of thing. He's also 23. He's not getting any better. Again, 6 mil. That can be used somewhere else, and we did use it somewhere else. Ewan Morgan, now I didn't even know this player existed, to be honest. He was in the under-21s. Wolves bid 4.4 million for him. He's never going to get in the team, not while I'm doing a rebuild. So yeah, we let him go for 4.5 mil or thereabout. 19-year-old we're never going to use. So yeah, a few players out on loan, nothing special. Yeah, let a few players go, but none of them really, apart from Pinnock, were getting game time. So yeah. Brought in £185 million worth of players, as you can see. The most notable one being Mateus Fernandes for £77 million. Yeah, as you can see, we spent a lot of money. I just thought to myself, you know what? We've had 2 seasons now of mid-table sort of solidification. Let's try and push for Europa or the Conference League, or maybe an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. Get some silverware in the cabinet. But yeah, Southampton got relegated. He was at Southampton, got relegated, or they might not have got relegated, but he wanted to leave. Either way, he wanted to leave. I thought to myself, you know what? Let me put a bid in, test the waters. He was up for the move. He's just going to play in midfield and rotate between the two sort of advanced and ball-winning midfielder roles. He can play either. He can play anywhere in the midfield, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, his stats are unreal. Barring bravery, penalties, and long throws, and free kicks, as you see, the majority of it is over 10. So he's very well-rounded. 21 as well. If he doesn't grow with us, we can just sell him on, hopefully, and at least 100 mil, maybe to a Real Madrid or Barcelona or something like that, or a Man City. Bought in Badiashile. He wanted to leave. He wanted more game time. He also didn't want too high of wages either, so I thought to myself, you know what, this is an opportunity here to try and get a good young centre back. He's just your classic pacey, strong sort of centre back. He knows the league well, not injury prone either. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal there. 70 million after add-ons, that sort of stuff. Not on high 2 of wages, so he's going to play next to our Azure as the ball playing defender, or Collins I think we're going to give it to now. Again, bought in Moreira for 26 million. A bit more than I wanted to spend, to be honest, because he's nothing special. He is young though, which is on his side. There wasn't a lot on that right hand defender side. We've got Hickey there, but he's just always injured, so it's that thing of there's no point in having a good player if he's never going to play. You might as well just not have him. So he can rotate with Hickey or make that spot his own. Just, yeah, he's very well rounded as well. Good crossing, good dribbling, fast as well, decent tackling. Young, can grow with us hopefully. And he can play either side as well. So if we get an injury, he can rotate with someone. We bought in this man, Yuksek. As you can see, a lot of the transfers were very defensive heavy. We lost a lot of games to teams we shouldn't really be losing to if we want to push for the European sort of spots. So we brought in this man here. I think we paid 36 after add-ons. He's just a ball-winning midfielder. As you can see, he's got good work rate, good teamwork. He's just a very good midfielder, to be honest. He's got good mentals, good physicals. He's not too slow. He's got a decent amount of strength to start with. Not overly young, but also not old. He hasn't hit his prime yet. So yeah, hopefully he can grow with us. Then we bought in this man here, Tommy Chamber. We bought him in for, what was it, 2.4 after add-ons. Just, honestly, some more depth up front. You can never have too many goals. I think Vannon wants to leave as well, so if he leaves, then we've got Chamber here to take that spot. He's young, but he's also got the right stats at the moment that you need for a striker. He's got good pace, good technique, off the ball, finishing. He's a very good striker, and he'll give a lot to the team, I think. One of his best attributes as well is he's a good finisher. So hopefully, if he gets some game time in the Carabao Cup, he can start developing. If not, maybe I can put him out on loan. That sort of stuff. But it's just another option up front, someone to rotate with all the other sort of players we got up front as well. Another big one really was Marmouche here. Yeah, City had him listed for loan. I thought, you know what, let's try and get him in on loan. He can play winger all through the middle, so he can rotate through either sort of positions. But City were adamant they wanted a mandatory fee of 13 million, so I thought, you know what, that's a bargain really. So I
I took that as quickly as I could, to be honest. Yeah, you should know what Marmoush is like if you watch the Premier League. He's a very pacey sort of, just gets the ball and drive opponents' box. Hopefully he can hit the ground running here. He's not been in the Premier League long, but yeah, he's very well rounded for the striker that he is. He's also not too young, but he's also not too old. He's a right sort of age. Yeah, hopefully he can grow with us as well. But yeah, that was the transfer window we had. We spent a good bit of money. But I'm hoping we can push for that European spot, or try and get an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. As you can see, we let players go that weren't really going to get a lot of game time. So yeah, I'm going to sim towards January now, come back in January, and yeah, give you an update on where we are. So I'm now back. It's the 4th of January. Sitting 10th. What a surprise. 10 wins, 2 draws, 8 losses. Against teams really that are probably better than us. The only one that sticks out to me there is Everton. Probably a narrow 2-1. Lost to Spurs 4-5. The game starts here with Jesus onto Sharda on the right hand side. He goes past one. And he finds the back of the net against Vicario to make it 1-0. Spurs on the attack here with Jonathan David. What can he do? Sticks it into Bentancur, onto Son, who's in miles of space, and he slots it away to make it 1-1. It's quite an easy chance for him, to be fair. Pedro Porro with Spurs on the attack again. They've got miles of space here with this defence. Kulusevski goes past one and decides to take it on his own to make it 2-1. Spurs back in the lead. Dragusin back to the keeper. Oh, Vicario's made a mistake here. Omega. Oh, what a goal! Although it was a gift, he had to take it. He had to stay calm and composed, and he done just that. Bentancur here again onto Pedro Porro. He's put it in the box for Son. Oh, how's he won that header against Collins? There's a good goal there. Brentford on the attack with Kluivert to Jesus. Jesus, he's on his own. He puts it into Cow George, and he slots it away. Son standing here over the corner. Gives it short to Johnson, back to Son. What can Son, back to Johnson. Oh, he's dummied it and left it for Bentancur. And he slides it into the top right hand corner. Brentford come again with Hickey on the right hand side here. Into Yarmouk. Yarmouk's dribbling past one. He puts it in the box. Oh, rebound onto Jesus. Brentford here are giving Tottenham a run for their money. Van der Ven onto Son. Son. Back to Van der Ven. Oh, Pedro Porro's at the back post for the final goal of the game. And that was the result and the highlights of that game. So yeah, that was the Spurs game there. As you can see, it was quite close. Bit gutting we couldn't pick up the 3 points there, or even a draw really. Yeah, sit 10th. I think we've literally just beaten Brighton in the FA Cup. Just beat Brighton in the 3rd round. Yeah, so we just beat Brighton in the 3rd round. Yeah, so I think we have... Yeah, we got Bournemouth in the next round, so hopefully that is I'd say that's a winnable game. As I say, if we can pick up an FA Cup along the way of this season, and or get European football, if we can get both, then that's absolutely amazing. That'll be a great season. But yeah, 20 games played, won half of them really, which is a decent season so far. Beating Man United in there, against teams that we should be beating really. Still playing this tactic, rotating the team whenever we can really. This man here though, he's slowly cooking on his own, just in the background. 21 now, he's a decent Premier League player. When we first got here, I think he was 18 or 19. He was a 2-star. He's coming along nicely. Definitely going to be, in the next couple of years, be able to play that in midfield, wherever really. But yeah, through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. I think we're out of the Carabao Cup. Did we go out of the Carabao Cup? Yeah, so we went out of the Carabao Cup in the quarterfinals to Villa on penalties. That is very annoying, but is what it is. You win some, you lose some. So yeah, out of the Carabao Cup, still in the FA Cup, and only 2 points away from a European spot. So season so far is looking pretty decent. 16 goals for Omega so far. But yeah, I'll sim to the end of the season, shall I say. Come back and let you know if we manage to hit any of our targets. So, season 3 done. We finished 5th. So that is a European spot, as you can see. 38 played, 22 wins, 4 draws and 12 losses. Yeah, I mean, we lost to Norwich, we lost to Everton, lost to Villa. But other than that, the teams that we lost to really are the teams at this moment in time we should be losing to. Your Arsenals, your Tottenhams, your Cities, your Chelseas. We also did go on to win the FA Cup. So if I just show you here. So yeah, the Emirates FA Cup final against Spurs. We managed to win it after extra time. We did manage to beat Spurs. Cal George grabbing the winner against them. Again, this man, he's been a pretty decent squad player, backup player. He's nothing special, but he does have some good, decent stats. He knows where to find the net. So yeah, there we go. A top 5 finish and an FA Cup to go along with it. So all in all, a very good season. And if you take a look at the Premier League table, we're only about 20 points off of Liverpool, the winners. 9, well, they really ran away with it, as you can see. 9 off of second. So we're definitely building. We're definitely getting better. Make some more transfers, go again, and hopefully close that gap, get closer to them. If I go ahead and show you the team. So, as you can see, look, Omega, he had a ridiculous season. 29 goals, 9 assists for him. He's a leading Premier League striker now. He's definitely not going anytime soon. We got him for another 4 years. At least. Yeah, 4.5 star rated striker there. Igor Jesus or Jesus or however you say it. We brought him in not this season, this season, this season, but he was a part of the previous season because we used the funds towards that transfer. 17 goals, 6 assists, a very good season for him. Played majority of the season, I do believe, with Omega. Marmoush, 11 goals, 9 assists. Again, we've signed him for 13 mil. It's an absolute steal of a transfer. At the moment, he's worth 35 mil. But look, he's a 4-star rated winger. Can also play through the middle. We did end up playing him on the wing most of this season. 10 and 1 for George. Sharda, 8 and 12. Danjuma, trusty Danjuma. One of our first ever transfers, actually. Yeah, he had another good season. 8 and 10. Renato Sanchez, 6 and 4. Badiashile, 6 and 2. That is, as centre-back, as a season for a centre-back goes, that is unreal. Another good signing for us. So a lot of our signings have paid off. 3 goals, 1 assist for Doof, one of our first signings as well. Diamande, 3 goals, 9 assists from midfield for him. So yeah, the team is coming along nicely. I mean, we've got quite a few 4 stars in the team now. Collins played majority now at that ball-playing centre-back role. Azur's kind of been phased out a little bit. He is 28 now, so I'm going for Collins, who's 25. Kelleher, just very reliable when you need him to be. We do have a lot of players that do have a lot of interest in them, though, so we have to see if we can hold on to all of them, because if they're big money moves, like the Saudi and all that sort of stuff, if we can't sign them to new contracts, then it becomes a little bit tricky. We don't have many players that need to be renewed. Vissa, I might not even bother about renewing his contract. I'll probably sell him. Same with this man here, Onyeka's. I think he's on loan, but I think he's got so he's got a transfer arranged. But yeah, 5th, we're in Europe now, in Europa League, along with an FA Cup. And, well, actually, let me just show you, just so that you can see it in writing, the Emirates FA Cup. Brentford are the winners. But yeah, let's get into season number 4. I'm going to go ahead and have a look around, make some transfers, ingoings, outgoings. And then, yeah, we'll, you know the drill by now. We'll start again, come back in January, and then, yeah, sim to the rest of the season. So let's get into season 4. So, just literally finished the transfer window. As you can see, transfer window has just closed. But I've also got a secret bit of information that even I didn't know. I don't know if it's where we won the FA Cup and finished in a Europa League spot, and the FA Cup gives a Europa League spot. We've actually qualified for Champions League. So we've gone through the qualification phase, beat Celtic and Ajax, and yeah, we qualified for the Champions League group phase, shall I say, or table phase as it's known now. But yeah, so we've actually beat the actual sort of expectations we had on ourselves last season. So we've got Premier League football now as well as Champions League football. So as a result of that, we did have quite a lot of money to spend, and I'll show you here now. We have spent a good few chunk of it. We've still got 70 odd million left to spend if we need to, if we want to. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show you who we sold, who we brought in. So first of all, we went ahead and sold Yuksek to the Saudi League. A £60 million bid, you're not saying no to that, really. He really regressed over the year or two that he was with us. So he was on high wages as well. I think like 90,000 a week he was on. Took the 60 million and ran. Cliver, he ended up going for 25 mil after add-ons to Norwich, which is a bit of a strange one because he was on 88,000 a week. He's on 90, flipping hell, so they upped his. He's got to be one of the most paid players in the. Are they in the Prem? They are in the Prem, okay. But yeah, we sold Jan Visser as well. It was time, to be honest. He was regressing. The age was getting to him. He wasn't really making a lot of starts or coming off the bench for us either, really. The team had sort of outgrown him. 15.5 for him. Onyeka, when he was on loan last year, so that was the agreed fee for him last year. Another youngster, never going to get any game time. 1.3 mil. Why not? Bunch of players out on loan. No one we're going to miss, really. So yeah, into who we brought in now. So yeah, 106 mil in and 116 spent. We brought in Kyle Walker-Peters to come in and play out on the wing-back role. Still having problems with it. I mean, Moreira we bought in last year because Hickey had so many injury problems. Hickey then didn't get injured, and him and Moreira were fighting it out for that spot. I just felt like I needed a bit more from that position, some more assists, some more goals. We have also changed the formation. I will get into that very shortly. But yeah, we brought in Kyle Walker-Peters on loan. No intention really of keeping him past the loan. It's just we've got 3 players that can play there now. We can just rotate, find the best possible person. Still hoping to bring in 2 wing backs really, because Henry as well, Rico Henry that we've got, I would like to upgrade on him as well and keep him as the backup. Amad Diallo we brought in on loan. I felt like we needed a bit more out on the wings. He can play both sides. He can also play through the middle or play in the middle of the park. Not keeping him past his loan, just someone to get in, some bodies to play where we have Champions League football now as well as FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League. So definitely needed another body out on the wing, I thought to myself. Marmoush, he came in from last season, as you know, from Man City after we loaned him. He's done very well with us so far. And the only 2 real big players that we ended up signing were, so we ended up the 2 Jows. So we signed João Gomez from Wolves, just replacing Yuksek. I wanted to upgrade anyway, but I mean, we got 60 mil for him. He went one way. We then spent half of that on his replacement, who is better. Yeah, Wolves got relegated. He wanted to leave. I was like, yeah, yes please, I'll have him. Decent, very good player, also young. He's not even hit his prime yet, so hopefully he can grow with us. As you can see, I like the Brazilians, so we got 1 Brazilian in, and then the second Brazilian to come in was this man here, João Pedro. Absolute baller in real life. He can play through the middle as an advanced forward, but I'm going to play him actually out as an inside forward. So we've moved Marmoush out onto the right now. We've got João Pedro on the left and Omega through the middle. But also the good thing is, Omega ever gets injured, João Pedro can rotate to that spot. We've got a lot of players that can rotate the 3 sort of attacking positions in the team. I mean, we bought him in for 65 with all add-ons, 83 to 101 mil. So if we do end up losing him, we're going to make our money back and a lot of more profit. He's also injured at the moment, which is annoying. I think for about 3 weeks or so. Yeah, 3 weeks. But 24. Another youngster. As you can see, we're building for the future. So, yeah, I have actually already gone ahead and played 5 games. Just while I was doing transfers, that sort of stuff, simming them. We sit second. 4 wins, 1 loss against Sunderland, of course, who are sitting third themselves. Surely they drop off at some point. But yeah, that is the transfer window. I'll go ahead and show you the new formation that we're playing. So we're going for a 4-3-3, sort of sorting the midfield out a bit more, congested so it's harder to break us down. We've dropped one of the strikers, obviously, to facilitate for that extra midfielder. So now Igor Jesus will be on the bench. Just a squad player really, nothing too special. But yeah, that is the transfer window. That is the new formation, new sort of tactics. Play through the middle, overlap on either side, play a little bit shorter. Sitting a bit narrower so it's harder to break us down also works, hopefully. If we sit a bit narrower, João Pedro or whoever's playing that inside forward can get the best out of them as they're not sitting too wide. Pushing up as well, a bit higher, getting stuck in, being aggressive, being on the front foot, trying to attack. So yeah, as I say, that was the transfer window. We've got Champions League football now as well. So I'll sim to January and hopefully I don't imagine we'll be second, but if we are, then amazing. But we should hopefully be there and about 7th, 6th, 5th. We are predicted in the season preview to be 8th. So if we do finish 8th, around that position, it's still European football again. Maybe, hopefully, pick up another FA Cup or Carabao Cup. But yeah, things are looking better for Brentford. We also are improving the training facilities, and I'll sim to January, and I'll come back and let you know where we are then. Right, guys, so we're back in January now. We sit 6th, so we were predicted to finish 8th. We're outdoing ourselves. We're doing better here. 20 played, 10 wins, 4 draws, and 6 losses. The only loss really that we should worry about is the one against Sunderland. So yeah, the new tactic seems to be working fine. Hopefully, let's check the goals. We got Omega on 11, João Pedro on 10. Marmouche on 8, Sharda on 7, few chipped in from midfield. So at the moment, so far so good. We're still in the Champions League as well, which is a good thing. I don't know if this is still in the league phase at the moment. Where are we actually? We are 22nd. I don't know. I think that qualifies to finish, but I think we have to play another qualifying game to go through, maybe, or maybe we get dropped down to Europa League. But so far so good. It's a pretty good season so far. Yeah, I'll finish off simming to the end of the season, and I'll come back and let you guys know what sort of a season we had. So, as you can see, season 4 done. Finished where the game thought we should finish. 7th means Europe again. 38 played, 18 won, 5 draws, 15 losses. Again, we're losing against teams that we shouldn't really be losing against, so there's something I definitely have to try and figure out. Is that a defensive sort of... I mean, we're conceding a lot of goals. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 6, 3. Yeah, definitely have to hopefully work on the defence. We obviously didn't win the Champions League, but I'm just curious to see where we went out in the Champions League. We got to the round of 16, which is actually pretty good. So we got to the round of 16 and lost to Bayern 3-1 on aggregate. As I say, Man City went on to win. So yeah, we lost to Bayern 3-1 on aggregate in the round of 16, which for our first time in the Champions League is actually quite good. Finished 7th in the league. So again, although we finished 7th in the league, we finished 7th with Champions League football going as far as the round of 16, so one before the quarter-final. So yeah, plan in the transfer window is to maybe bring in some more depth. Definitely need to get the wing back sorted. Maybe another centre-back. Definitely this transfer window will be more defensive heavy. So let's check out the goals from our team. Emmanuel Mega, 22, no assists. João Pedro, he had a bloody banging season, didn't he? 20 goals, 9 assists. Sharda, 11 goals, 3 assists. Marmouche, 10 and 10. Mateus Fernandes had a very good season from midfield. 10 goals, 13 assists. Mateus Fernandes had a very good season from midfield. 10 goals, 13 assists. Igor Jesus, or squad player, only managed to bag 5, probably coming off the bench or rotating. Diamande, another good season from him in that advanced playmaker role. 5 goals, 8 assists. So yeah, a good season all round. Emmanuel Mega is a top goal scorer again, so that's 2 years in a row. But yeah, 7th, round of 16 in Champions League. I don't believe we've qualified for Champions League this year round, so it'll probably be Conference or Europa League. Maybe we can go deeper in that. Maybe get to the final, or maybe win a bit of silverware. But yeah, the team is coming along nicely. Formation seems to have worked, definitely. But yeah, definitely need to sort the 2 wing backs out, maybe another centre back, and go again and see if we can improve on this season. So I'll go and make my transfers, and I'll see you very soon. So, transfers done. 4 games played so far, just while I was doing the transfers. 4 played, 3-1, 1 loss against Liverpool. We won against Stoke 7-3, Sunderland 2-1, Norwich 3-2. So yeah, transfer window wasn't anything special. I mean, we didn't really have loads of money. One sec, let me show you. We didn't have loads of money, but we also didn't have nothing. Regarding outgoings, no one
really left, to be honest. We let Folaroncho go for free. Gomez went out on loan. Moreira was a part of the deal to bring in Ryerson, as you'll see in a minute, or our new right wing back. I just didn't really rate Moreira. We bought him. We bought him in for 26 million 2 years ago, I believe. Never really contributed much to the team. He ended up playing 31 games for us and scored 1 goal. Yeah, so we've decided to let him go, and then we bought in this man here, Julian Ryerson. We ended up paying, as you can see here, 62 million. I don't know whether it's just the database that I have, or it's just maybe the way that the world is at the moment. But there just isn't a lot of right wing backs or complete right wing backs. So we settled for Ryerson. He's 29. He's a little bit older than we've been older than the players we've been sort of buying. He's on 110k a week. For a player of his caliber, it's the sort of money you're going to be paying. Again, can play both wing backs, but yeah, he just looks very well rounded. Good work rate, good teamwork, decent dribbling and crossing. He's got a decent bit of pace as well, and the stamina's good, so he can just bomb up and down that wing all game long. Yeah, we bought in Ryerson, and then we bought in this man here, Vitic. I was looking for another ball-playing defender, someone who is better on the ball than we had in Collins. Don't get me wrong, Collins is a good centre-back, but he's not got the best passing range. He hasn't got he hasn't got as good as composure as Vitic. This man here, he's 24. He's rapid as well. So we're going to lose a little bit of defending compared to Collins, but he makes up for that in his pace and his passing. So hopefully this transfer here will be a success. As I said, majority of our transfers this window or this time round were going to be more defensive heavy. We've definitely got more up front with Omega, João Pedro, Marmoush, players that can rotate. Bought in this man here, Endo, released by Liverpool. We bought him on a contract for 2 years, 30k a week as a squad player. Just, any injuries or to rotate. He's not going to get a lot of game time. He's already played two games for us, but when we need him or we need someone that can step in and do a job for us, I'm sure Endo will be the man for us. On cheap wages as well, and very good, well-rounded. So another decent transfer there, in my opinion. The last transfer we did actually make he was a part of last season, just before you do the refresh, but he was brought in for this season. If I go and show you, so it's another Brazilian, shock horror, but we bought in Savinho from City. We ended up bringing him in for 6 million all in all, which is pretty good considering the sort of player that he is and where he can go as well. We've already made our money on him and more. He wanted to be a squad player as well, so that I'm happy for that. He can rotate on both of the wings and he can play through the middle if needed. Very, very good. I mean, he's very fast. He's got very good dribbling, first touch, finishing, technique. Yeah, I'm surprised he wanted to be a squad player, to be honest, but I suppose after being at City, maybe his expectations dropped a little bit, but definitely in the next few years I can see him wanting more first team football or wanting a transfer somewhere else. But yeah, other than that, there wasn't any other transfers in and out. We've started the season very strong, got Conference League football this year, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can go all the way in that. Be nice to win a European trophy and qualify for Europa League and see where we can go from there. So what I'll do is, the drill by now, I'm going to sim till January, come back, give you an update on where the season's at, where we are, what our team is sort of saying, and yeah, so I'll sim to January and I'll see you guys in a minute. So by now you should know the drill. You join me back in January, 10th after 19 games played. Looks to be quite an average season, really, or a mid-table season. 7 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses. No one in there that I'm particularly annoyed about, and I mean, we still are conceding, as it looks, at least 2 goals. But yeah, it's not been a season of anything special
so far. Every time when January rolls around, we've always been around this spot anyway, 10th, 8th, 9th. The top 6 or 7, they just seem like Everton are 4th. Who's their manager? This man, not a clue who he is, but he seems to be doing a very good job at Everton. But yeah, apart from that, it looks really hard to break into the top 7 at the moment. We are, what, about 4, 5, 6? We're about 6 points off of 7th. So the dream would be a Champions League finish, but at the moment, I don't know if that's doable. It would probably be Europa League. We're still in the Conference League. We topped our group in the Conference League, actually. So we're now through to the round of 16, which is good. Things are going well on that side of the fence. Still in the FA Cup as well. We've got Bolton Wanderers to play in the 3rd round. Have we gone out of the Carabao Cup? It does look like we've gone out of the Carabao Cup to Liverpool, and we got a spanking there as well, 5-0. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty similar season, or halfway point of a season, to where we've always really been. I'm sitting 10th, 9th, 8th. So yeah, nothing to really shout home about yet, but still in the Conference League, still in the FA Cup, and if we can creep into the Europa League spot, yeah, that'd be amazing. So I'll sim to the end of the season, and I'll come back and let you know how the season went. So yeah. So there we go, guys. There we have it. That's the end of season 5. I'll be honest, it looks to have been a very poor season from us. 38 played, 14 won, 8 draws, and 16 losses. I think this is the most amount of losses we've had since we've taken over here, and the worst position we've finished. -8 goal difference. Look at Liverpool's 73. Flipping hell. There's just no catching them, is there? Let's have a look at the team that they've got. Oscar Bob, Wirtz, Vinny J up front, Konate, Frimpong, Alisson still. Yeah, unreal. But yeah, so we finished 12th in the league, 50 points. It does seem to be a pretty mediocre season. I was hoping to creep up into the Europa League sort of spots. We finished 17th. We finished 17 points off of 7th, so definitely need to improve. Omega again, shock horror, top goal scorer, 3 years in a row now. Rico Henry and João Pedro had 14 assists together combined, so they've had 28 together. Let's have a look over the team. Same formation. We go through and have a look at the goals. Omega got 25. João Pedro got 21 plus 14 assists. That's very good, actually. That's a very good season. Savinho chipped in with 9. Diamande with 8, 7 for Igor Jesus. Let's have a look at the goals then. So Emmanuel Omega, 25 and 5. It's a very good season for him again. 21 and 14 for João Pedro. Since he's come in, he's had 2 banging seasons for us. Savinho chipped in with 9 and 7. Decent for 6 mil. You can't really go wrong there. 8 and 7 for Diamande. Sort of stuff we've expected from him since we brought him in. Igor Jesus chipping in with 7, 2 assists as well. Fernandez 6 and 4 from the middle of the park. 6 goals for Badiashile and 2 assists. Again, we don't struggle to score goals now. We struggle to keep them out of the back of our net. So yeah, definitely need to improve there. 6 goals, 14 assists for Rico Henry. Marmouche 4 goals, 10 assists. Rayerson 4 goals, 9 assists from that right wing spot. So we did bring him in to add more goals and assists, and he done just that. So yeah, the team did alright. Our defensive struggles obviously were there to see. Finished 12th in the league. So we did go out of the FA Cup, and I can show you that here. I believe we made it to 5th. So we made it to the 5th round. We beat Barnsley. Got through the quarters against West Brom. We lost after extra time against Chelsea in the semis, which is a little bit annoying, but what can you do, you know? Maybe the reason we finished 12th is because we had so many games this year and we went so far in some of the competitions. So, semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Now, if we take a look at the Conference League, as you can see, we actually won it. We won it 4-3 against Monaco. Beat Atlanta 4-1 on aggregate in the semis. Beat Dynamo Kiev 3-0 on the aggregates in the quarters, and beat Panathinaikos 7-1 in the round of 16. So we brought some European silverware to Brentford. It might not be the most decorated competition, but, you know, for Brentford to win the Conference League is definitely a big deal. So since we've been here, if I just have a look at my manager timeline. So this is our history since we've been here. We took over in 23-24. We finished 10th. Then the season after that, we finished 8th. Season after that, we finished 5th. So we're slowly creeping up there. And won the FA Cup in that year. So a very good season there. And I do believe that was the year we qualified for the Champions League. Because we had a Europa League spot, but also won Europa League through the FA Cup. Then the season after that, we finished 7th. So a little bit of a drop off there. Won the Community Shield. And then this year, finished 12th. So again, another bit of a drop off. But we ended up winning the Europa Conference League. So since we've been here, in 5 seasons, we've won them an FA Cup, we've won them a Europa Conference League Cup, we've won a Community Shield, and they've been in the Champions League. This year they'll be in the Europa League again, or next year, should I say. So yeah, since we've took over here, we've had quite a decent time. So yeah, that's the season there, guys. Finished 12th, won the Europa Conference League, and yeah, so I would say it's a good season. We've won silverware, we've won European silverware, we've brought European silverware to West London, over to Brentford. I think any Brentford fan would say, or would bite your hand off at that, really, especially after Thomas Frank's gone. Mbeumo seems to be on his way out to United. Visser now looks to be on the way out as well, there's interest in him. Norgard's gone to Arsenal, so yeah, all in all, things considered, Brentford lost a big chunk of their main team and the man behind it all, and we took over and we managed to take them to European success and, you know, English success in the FA Cup and a Community Shield. If I have a look now at the club info, we've definitely improved the reputation, although it's gone down a little bit. But yeah, I think we've had a decent spell here at Brentford in these 5 seasons. So yeah, as I said, after 5 seasons, we're leaving Brentford in a much better place than we found them. We've brought in plenty of stars to help the club along the way. We've won them a Conference League Cup. We've won them an FA Cup. They've played in the Champions League. And are now again in the Europa League going forward. We've had a win rate here of 74%. You know, we've played very attacking football. So as much as we've scored a lot of goals, we've conceded a lot of goals. So yeah, we've had a good time here at Brentford. So yeah, as you can see, we've added a few trophies to the trophy cabinet since we've been here. 1, 2, 3. Stabled the club a little bit as well. But yeah, guys, that is the video there and there. We done 5 seasons here at Brentford, brought them 3 trophies, made them a mainstay in European football for the club. After all some of their best players had left, their manager had left, we've put the club in a better position going forward. So yeah, I think we've achieved really good things here at Brentford this time round in this rebuild. If you would like to see me carry on with this rebuild for another 5 years or something like that, do let me know down below, and that's something we can definitely do. But yeah, if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe down below if you like my content and want to see anything more from me. But yeah, as I say, that's the video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.